Hey there, it is Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
What a pleasure to talk with Kevin Bloye and also Barbara Clark. They and a bunch of folks getting together for a prayer walk. It's called School Prayer, and we want to find out what's going on. It's Saturday, July the 31st. Guys, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great to be on. Great to be with you guys.
Now, from what I understand, this is something you guys have been doing for a long time. How did it begin, Barbara?
Well, actually, a lot of churches, in addition to the ones that we are involved with, have been doing this for about, some of them 10 and 15 years. And I know Burnt Hickory's been doing it for about 19 years. But some of us just got together and decided that we could be more efficient as far as covering as many schools as we could if we got together and coordinated our efforts. So we started doing that about 2 years ago.
Awesome. And Kevin, you're part of Westridge Church, and we've got Anthony Thompson, who's been having issues with his internet, who's part of, let's see, what part of church is he with, Barbara?
Powder Springs United Methodist.
Powder Springs United Methodist. And so you've gathered together several different churches to get this prayer walk going. Now, it's maybe a softball question, but what's the purpose of the prayer walk, Kevin?
I mean, the purpose of the prayer walk, obviously, is to cover our children, our teachers, our administrator in prayer. I mean, let's be honest. So much spiritual warfare. I mean, and Satan is attacking our schools, our public schools especially, daily. And our purpose is just to cover these folks in prayer, right at the beginning of the school year. There's no better time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really cool that this has been going on and continues to go on. I know that a lot of our churches pray for the students in church and maybe a Sunday morning service. I know we do, as well as so many others. But I love this, that everyone's getting out and just kind of showing, just their faith publicly, and also the power of prayer. So it's Saturday, July the 31st. How can folks get involved? It looks like that this is all over. I mean, we've got Dallas, we've got Mableton, we've got Marietta, several locations. How can folks get involved?
They can go to Burnt Hickory's website or Westridge's website and sign up if they would like to. Give us a call at these churches. We've got 8 churches that are part of the core this year, and that's Burnt Hickory Baptist, Faith Christian Center, Faith Christian Church of Mableton, Kennesaw Avenue Mission Baptist, Mars Hill Presbyterian, Powder Springs First United Methodist Church, Sanctuary, and Westridge. All are involved this year. Plus, there are many other churches that are already doing prayer walking also.
Now, Barbara, what kind of response have you seen from the churches, from the schools when you guys go out there and start, doing the prayer walk and praying for the schools? What kind of response have you seen?
Very warm, very friendly, very appreciative for the prayer walking. How about you, Kevin?
Absolutely. We contact all of the principals at each one of Paulding County's 33 schools and ask them if they would just open up the grounds for us when we come by and pray on that Saturday morning. And most of them are so appreciative. Many of them send prayer requests to us so that we can pray specifically for those folks. And, Westridge, this year, we started an initiative where we're serving lunch we're picking a public school in our area and serving lunch to them once a month. And we're going there, we're meeting the teachers, we're thanking them in person, we're talking to the principals, we're writing thank you notes, we're doing everything we can to show them love, especially during this particular time with COVID. Mm-hmm. And one thing we know is that they're so appreciative that we think of them. They're so appreciative that we're actually taking time to pray for them specifically. And so, I know just in talking with teachers at Westridge and also being out in the field at the public schools, they're just blown away by the fact that we're taking that specific time to pray for them specifically.
We're talking with Kevin Bloye and also Barbara Clark. It's the school prayer walk. It's Saturday, July the 31st. And you can give us the times here that folks can get involved. I know they can also get on Facebook as well. But I'd also be interested to know how it's affected the prayers. Maybe some prayers that have been praying for a while. each year. How has it touched their lives?
Very, very deeply. And this is something that a lot of families make sure that they do with their children to help teach the importance of prayer in their lives and supporting their community. So we have just been this year in particular. This is the first year that we've always had the praise and prayer time at 9 o'clock in the morning at 4 of our churches. And then this year, we're putting a leader at every school that we're walking at 11 o'clock. So we're excited about that. And the leaders are excited. Some of those are teachers. Some of them are parents and PTAs. So they are getting more involved than they've ever been involved. And we're so excited about that.
Kevin, what about you? What have you seen as far as those that have been involved in this before?
Well, I got to say, all credit goes to Barbara and her team over at Burnt Hickory Baptist. They've been doing this for so long, and they sort of I've been in the outreach position at Westridge for 2.5 years, and we really haven't been connected to this effort until I would say last year was our first year. So from a Westridge standpoint, we're in the process of really growing it. We're the largest church in Paulding County, so we worked with Barbara and we said, even though we have a lot of members who are from Cobb County who go to Westridge, we would go ahead and take the leadership in Paulding County and make sure that we have leaders at every one of the county's 33 schools. And we're really in that process of getting it to a point where Burnt Hickory is, where they've had it established for quite some time under Barbara's leadership. So we're just super excited to be partnering with them and growing this. And I think for us this year, we want to make sure that our church is much aware of it, and we get a lot of turnout at each of those 33 schools. And then long term, what we want to do is continue to build this with other churches in Paulding County and partner with them, just as Burnt Hickory has done with other churches in Paulding and Cobb County. So I don't know about you guys, when I was growing up, churches didn't work together. They didn't partner together. What they were very good at was competing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that Burnt Hickory Baptist and Westridge both have a kingdom mentality. And that we're trying to do is expand the kingdom and grow the kingdom of God. And we don't care who gets the credit. But I do want to give credit to Barbara and her team at Burnt Hickory. They've done a fantastic job in mobilizing all of us. And we are really starting working hard at Westridge to grow this event every year from here on out in Paulding County.
Yeah.
Yes, we want to just encourage every church and people to all the people to get involved in this wherever they are, to have a focus on the 31st, which is that weekend before the schools start. And I'm just blessed to have such a group of pastors at Burnt Hickory that they have supported this all along. And this year, our communications department is actually doing a QR sign for us to have at every school at the flagpoles, so that regardless of when the people come in, they will be able to join in to everything that we are doing in prayer.
Man, awesome. And those students and teachers and faculty need that prayer. I mean, like Kevin said earlier, it's spiritual warfare at our schools, and they need it. I'm going to try real quick to bring in Anthony, because Anthony's sitting there. Anthony, can you hear us?
Yes.
Hey, there he is.
Good.
Nice
All
clear
right.
sound too. Way to go, Anthony.
Thank you.
Awesome. Anthony, tell us your thoughts about this day of prayer around the schools and what you've experienced so far.
Well, at our church, we have a lot of teachers who teaches the schools of our students of our church.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a lot of concern. Our pastor himself, his wife is a teacher. And so he is very concerned and very involved with the school. And our church has been doing this for 8 years. And so this is my second year, and I'm happy that we could continue to pray for the schools, pray for the students, teachers, and staff.
Awesome.
Now we asked the others, Kevin and Barbara, the effects of historically this, since your church has been involved the last 8 years and you the last couple. What have you seen over the years? How God has moved not only in the teachers and the schools and the students, but also those that participate in this?
Well, the participation this year has grown, and we looking forward to going out to the schools and praying this in July 31st. We look forward to and trusting that the God that we serve will do, he can do, and we know that he is able to do.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Love that. It is Saturday, July the 31st, and Dan's going to put the website up there if you want to get involved. We want you to do that, burnthickory.com/prayer. Wouldn't it be cool and powerful if every church in Metro Atlanta said, hey, let's get involved in this and let's see what God can do? I think we'd see something supernatural.
I think so too. And I wanted to add that the praise and prayer services are going to be at 4 churches: Burnt Hickory, First Christian Church of Mableton, Powder Springs First United Methodist, and West Ridge in Dallas at 9 o'clock on the 31st. And we would love to have everybody join us. And I would love to have had everybody that's working on this involved to be on the call, but I know that was impossible. But we all, I also talked with Barry Smith from First Christian, and we've got different denominations and community churches all involved, and their praise and worship time, they're going to have Carl Ray, who is a local musician, and they are doing a caravan. They're doing theirs a little bit different, so everybody has the freedom to do what they want to do and they feel God is leading them to do, as that particular church is going to eight schools.
That's awesome.
And Kevin, you're going to be leading worship at Westridge, right? You're going to be leading everybody.
Well, not me specifically. That would be a pastor. And anybody would show up, but we will have our worship team there to lead some acoustic worship that morning. And thankfully, that's the case. But yeah, so at 9 o'clock, and then we're gonna end it, and then head to all of our schools. And 11 o'clock, as Barbara said, we'll be there. We'll have leaders at each of the schools. We'll have specific prayer requests for those schools, and we're gonna take care of them in prayer.
I thought maybe Brian would have a brother duo or something, leading the worship.
No, that would just it would be just horrifically awful.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the Lord speaking or if that's pizza, Dan. I'm just not sure what that is. But either way, we want folks to get involved. It is the school prayer walk. Sounds like it's a school prayer ride as well, or whatever. Saturday, July the 31st, burnthickory.com/prayer. We got to take a break. Barbara, Anthony, Kevin, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for what you've done and what you're doing. And we look forward to talking to you next year. Thank
you so much for having us on. We really do appreciate it.
Having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
absolutely. We got to take a break. We'll be right back. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is Faith Talk Live.